In the last episode, we encountered a colony of fungal farming ants. Today, we will explore another fascinating outcome of evolutionary diversification in the southern region of Arthronia, specifically in the Fungal Marsh. This is home to a particularly dangerous colony of ants that has managed to dominate the area. 10 million years past seeding, during the early Proto-Chaetonian period, a fierce battle unfolded among ant colonies. These colonies fought over precious food resource to survive. Ant colonies need both protein and sugar. Protein was typically acquired by scavenging dead insects or by hunting live prey. But hunting was a risky endeavor. Not only could the prey fight back, but rival hunters also posed a significant threat. Aside from protein, sugar was an essential source of carbohydrate for the ant colony. However, acquiring it was no simple task. While Arthronia's flowers were an abundant source of nectar, reaching that nectar required specialized abilities such as those possessed by butterflies. Therefore, ants need to look elsewhere for their sugary sustenance. One of the most abundant and accessible sources of nectar in this region is Melissia adhesivum, commonly known as the sticky nectar moss. The name Melissia adhesivum is derived from several roots. Meli comes from the Greek melis, meaning honey or nectar, referencing the moss sugary secretions. Lycia originates from lysinos, meaning moss. Adhesivum is Latin for sticky, highlighting the moss adhesive and nectar-producing qualities. This moss grows in pads 2 to 3 cm thick and 30 to 50 cm in diameter on rock tree trunks or branches. Over time, these patches can expand as colonies merge, creating vast interconnected mats that stretch up to 1 to 2 meters across suitable surfaces. The upper layer of the moss is covered in tiny round nodules that secrete sticky nectar. These glistening droplets catch the light, making the moss highly visible to ants and other small insects. With its bright green surface dotted with yellow or orange spots, the moss not only stands out visually but also signs the presence of its rich nectar reserve. These nodules produce a sweet carbohydrate and amino acid rich liquid that pulls the surface, an ideal energy source for ants. Melissia adhesivums cling to surfaces using specialized fungal filaments called rhizoids. These filaments penetrate cracks in rocks or bark, allowing the moss to firmly anchor itself to uneven vertical or even upside-down surfaces, offering it maximum protection in its environment. Beneath its nectar-secreting surface lies a spongy layer that retains moisture, helping the moss endure both dry and wet conditions. This layer enables the moss to produce nectar even when external water sources are scarce, as it absorbs and stores moisture from the air. Unlike most nectar-producing plants, which only offer nectar during certain seasons, Melissia adhesivum produces nectar continuously throughout the years. This evolution has made it a reliable food source for ants, even during drier periods, thanks to its moisture-storing sponge layer. The moss can sustain nectar production even when water is limited. ensuring a steady supply of sustenance for the ants. The green-yellow hue of the Melissia antisifum allows it to blend seamlessly into its surroundings, making it less visible to predators that might attempt to consume it. Additionally, its adhesive nature enables it to cling to a variety of surfaces, from damp forest rock to tree bark. This versatility allows the moss to thrive in numerous parts of Arthronia's ecosystem, from the forest floor to the towering canopy above. Melissia adhesive is remarkably resilient to environmental changes. Its ability to retain moisture enables it to survive in both humid tropical forests and the drier highland regions. Furthermore, its tough outer layer is resistant to heavy rainfall, ensuring that its precious nectar won't be washed away during a storm. Reproduction for this moss is swift. It spreads its spores, which are carried by both ants and the wind. As ants scurry across the moss, they unknowingly pick up spores on their bodies, which are then deposited elsewhere as they travel. This method allows the moss to colonize new areas wherever ants are active. For ant colonies, finding this nectar-producing moss is relatively easy. However, because of its high value as a food source, competition is fierce. When the resource becomes scarce, clashes between ant colonies are inevitable. Among the many colonies that vie for control of this resource, there is one species that stands out: Formic Corruptor Bicus, or the Raptoran. The name Formic Corruptor Bicus is derived from formico, from the Latin formica, meaning ant, raptor, meaning predator or hunter, reflecting its role as an active predator, Bicus from bellum, meaning war, signifying its adaptation to thrive in the violent, war-torn world of ant colonies. This ant species is truly formidable, measuring 15 to 20 cm in length and weighing between 350 to 550 grams. Formic Corruptor Bicus is a giant among ants. Its thick, reinforced exoskeleton offers protection in battles against rival ants and larger predators. Its deep, matte black color allows it to blend effortlessly into the shadows of underground tunnels and the forest floor, providing it with a natural camouflage. At the front of its body, massive, curved mandibles serve as deadly weapons. These serrated jaws are perfect for tearing through the exoskeleton of rival ants or subduing a larger prey. Once clamped onto an opponent, these mandibles can lock into place, allowing the Raptoran to maintain a vice-like grip during combat. But what truly sets Formic Corruptor Bicus apart is its sting. Unlike most ants, which rely solely on their mandibles, the raptor ant has a powerful stinger located at the end of its abdomen. This stinger is long, sharp, and injects a potent venom that quickly incapacitates its prey. The venom is particularly effective against other ant species, enabling the Raptoran to swiftly disable entire groups of workers or soldiers from rival colonies. The 6 long, muscular legs of Formic Corruptor Bicus make it incredibly fast and agile. It can sprint across the forest floor with remarkable speed, chasing down prey or retreating from danger when necessary. Its legs are equipped with tiny claws, allowing it to climb or burrow with ease. Formic Corruptor Bicus is a highly efficient hunter, perfectly evolved for life in a world where survival often hinges on a colony's ability to dominate food source and eliminate competitions. This ant's combinations of strength, speed, and deadly venom makes it a true apex predator in the Fungal Marsh, capable of overpowering nearly every other species that dares to challenge it. Formic Corruptor Bicus is an aggressive predator constantly patrolling its territory in search of prey. It is capable of hunting a wide range of creatures, including smaller ants, beetles, and even larger insects. However, one of its most impressive feats is its ability to raid rival ant colonies, plundering them for food and resources. One of the unique behavior of Formic Corruptor Bicus is its strategic raiding of smaller ant colonies. It begins by sending out scout ants to locate nearby colonies, and once a target is identified, it leads a small strike force to launch an assault. Armed with powerful mandibles and venomous stings, they quickly overwhelm the defenders. The Raptoran employs ambush tactic of lying in wait near the trails or pheromone path of other ants. When the moment is right, they strike with speed and precision, injecting venom into key targets like workers or soldiers before retreating to let the venom take effect. Once the prey is immobilized, the Raptorans return to haul the bodies back to its own colony for food. As a ground-dwelling predator, Formic Corruptor Bicus constructs its nest underground. Its powerful mandibles are used to dig intricate tunnels and chambers within the earth. These nests are often located near the roots of large plants, which provide natural protection and cover from larger predators. The Raptoran use loose soil, leaf litter, and small stones to reinforce its tunnel structure, creating a stable environment for the colony. Unlike other ant species, Formic Corruptor nests are not deeply buried. Instead, they prioritize quick access to the surface to facilitate their frequent hunting trips. The entrance to these nests are typically hidden by foliage or camouflaged with debris to avoid detection by larger predators or combating ant colonies. Inside, the Formic Corruptor nest is a labyrinth of interconnected chambers, each serving a specific function. At the heart of the nest is a central chamber where the queen resides. This is the largest and most secure room, heavily guarded by worker ants and reinforced with soil and plant materials to prevent collapse. Located near the central chamber, this is where the colony's eggs, larvae, and pupae are cared for by designated workers. The nursery is carefully maintained with controlled temperature and humidity through a sophisticated system of ventilations. Workers constantly clean debris and monitor the health of the brood, ensuring the next generation of Formic Corruptor remains strong. As active hunters, Formic Corruptor Bicus has a dedicated space where prey is brought and dissected before being consumed. Protein-rich prey such as other ant or small invertebrates are processed here, and food supplies are stored for future use. Situated furthest from the center chambers, the waste chamber is designed to keep decaying materials away from the colony. Workers transport waste along with the bodies of deceased colony members to these chambers, minimizing the risk of disease spread within the nest. Life within a Formic Corruptor nest is a bustling operation, with each ant playing a vital role to ensure the colony's survival. Workers are constantly reinforcing the walls and chambers, ensuring the nest structure remains strong. They gather debris and leaves to strengthen tunnels and seal off any unused passage, maintaining a well-organized and efficient system. Once the hunters and soldiers return with their catch, the feeding chambers come alive with activity. Workers break down the remains of the prey into manageable portions, which are then distributed among the colony members, including the queen and the growing larva. This ensuring that all members of the colony, from the smallest worker to the ruling queen, receive the nutrients they need to thrive. In this dynamic ecosystem, the Raptorans have formed a mutualistic relationship with the sticky nectar moss, Melissia adhesivum. The ants feed on the sweet nectar produced by the moss, and in return, they protect it from being eaten by other insects or animals. The ants also clear away combating plants or debris that might block sunlight from reaching the moss, ensuring it thrives in open sunlit areas. This symbiotic relationship creates a delicate balance where the ants' need for sugar is consistently met by the moss nectar productions. In turn, the moss flourishes, shielded from threats and given space to grow by the diligent ants. This mutually beneficial arrangement has allowed both species to survive and dominate their shared territory. By the time we reach 20 million years post-seeding, the Raptoran colonies have established themselves as a dominant force within the Fungal Marsh, their strength unrivaled. However, in the shadow of their might, other ant species continue to endure. The fungus-farming ants have adapted by nurturing their own symbiotic bond with the guardian fungus, using its protective spores to safeguard their colonies and maintain their food supply. Yet, as time progresses, a new contender emerges, an ant species that has evolved to avoid direct confrontation altogether. These ants have taken to the trees, becoming arboreal creatures that rule the canopy of the Fungal Marsh. Rather than battling for dominance on the forest floor, they have carved out their niche in the towering height above, exploiting a world of sunlight, nectar, and insect far removed from the territorial battles below. This shift in strategy shows the remarkable adaptability of life on Arthronia. While some ants wage war on the ground, others have found their strength in the skies, creating an ever-evolving web of survival strategies in this competitive and hostile environment. Thank you for watching this episode of ArthroGenesis. In the next episode, we'll explore another species of ant that survives in this mysterious place. Leave me a comment if you have any thoughts on this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video.